Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to Train Simulator 2017. Again, we're back with the Mountain Passes DLC, and this one is one of the other ones that I haven't done yet. This is a Potash run heading westbound. So here's what it says. It says, you are the engineer of a CP Train 671 and heavily loaded westbound Potash unit train. You've just climbed aboard the train lead unit and are ready to head west after a crew change. It's cold, snowy, January afternoon in the Canadian Rockies, so you'll have to challenges of heavy tonnage, snow, and opposing traffic ahead. So that is what we're up against today. Let's see how we can do on this one. This is another one of the Mountain Pass DLC. I'm really enjoying this DLC. It's strange. This is one of the very first ones that I've actually bought that was a route, and I think it's the reason why I'm enjoying it so much. Is because it is a route as opposed to just a train. Something like this. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it at least. But it's really neat. A couple people in the last route I did, or last scenario I did, a couple of people mentioned that I got a little crazy with the screenshots. And hey, it's just a beautiful looking game. Although the new game that's coming out from Dovetail looks even better. There was actually a little bit of confusion associated with what game this actually is. Now, the way Train Sim has worked in the last little while is that basically they've upgraded you to the next version of the game. So this particular DLC didn't come out, I don't think, for 2017. It came out for one of the other one of the other versions of the game. So, and this just happens to be a DLC that will work throughout the different games. But the new game that's coming out is Train Sim World. Is CSX Heavy Haul is part of it as well. So it's looking pretty good actually. The graphics look amazing. You can get out of the train and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So we'll see how it works out in the end. I'm kind of curious to see what it's all about. I know I've seen a couple of videos from Squirrel, and he has done a few that look pretty cool. So I'm very excited to see how it all turns out in the end. Although I looked at the graphics card you need for that game, and the graphics you need are pretty high actually. Higher than I expected actually. So I think it says something like a GTX 1050 or 1080 or something like that, which is like the top of the line basically right now. So I was a little surprised. So I don't know. If you had bought. My wife's influencing me. If you had bought the Pioneers pack for Train Sim 17, you would have been able to get into the beta for Train Sim World CSX Heavy Haul. There's another train right there. Just put my bell on because we're moving along here, passing another train. In the next version of the game, though, lots of the things that are in here are going to look fantastic. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with that. So, got my brakes on here. Where's the brakes one? I think it's down here. Something. What did that say? A locomotive brake. So I have it at 5% right now, and we're just going to continue along here. I believe we're going via Field Main West. So the last scenario we did, we actually were. It was out of field as well, so it's kind of curious to see how it all plays together. So I don't want to speed too much because we've got 20 kilometers an hour in this location, so I have to be careful about that. 20 miles an hour, sorry. Don't want to get too crazy on the. Where is this? Don't want to get too crazy on this. So we've got 30 miles an hour coming up. So. Just trying to stay at a constant speed because that's how you end up getting all the bonuses in the end. So it's all about staying constant and staying on time. That's what's really important. Oh shoot, I wasn't paying attention there for a split second. I lost 6 points. But that's how it works. You just, you stop paying attention for 1 second and then, that you lose a little bit of points. So I may not get gold now because of that. So. We got a green light up here. Looks like we're good. Yep, we got a green light. So we got a timeliness bonus of 200. Excellent. So hopefully we'll be able to I don't know. I don't think we'll get gold now. Maybe silver, because I believe you have to get 1,000 points. I believe for a gold star from your serves. So, all right. We're going up. We're staying at level still. Okay, this is good. Let's put the throttle on a little bit here. Start making our way out this way. I don't think we're going uphill. If I had to guess. Well, maybe we are. Maybe it's a slight incline, which is not obvious here. Especially when you have the brakes on. There we go. That makes more sense. So we'll leave it at 12% throttle. See how that turns out. It may just be just enough to keep us going in the right direction there. I don't know. I think the train looks amazing with the lights on. But that's just me. Alright. So we made it past our first destination. Go via Ottertail siding east. Arrive at 1521. This is another one of those longer scenarios. So we'll see how it goes. We might have to slow down here a little bit. Just so we don't get too crazy on the throttle here. Because we have a 30 mile an hour point right here, but what's going to happen is we only get that 30 mile an hour once we actually pass the once the tail of the train passes, basically. So, all right, not doing too badly here. It would be interesting to see the Rockies in the winter. I've never been there in the winter. I've only been there in the summer, so I found it very interesting to see in the summer, let alone the winter. So I'm not sure if I'd want to drive over there, though. I'm not really confident enough to drive around the Rockies in the winter. Maybe it's easy, I don't know. But I've never done it before, so I really have no idea. Alright. Looks like the tail end's slowly getting towards the getting towards that 30 mile an hour mark, and then we can push it a little bit. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this DLC. I'm happy I picked it up. I was able to get it off, I think it was like 60% off. It's an older DLC, that's the reason why I was able to get it, I was able to get the discount on it. Although Train Sim constantly has discounts on Train Sim products, particularly when there is a Steam sale. So if there's a, let's say there's the Steam winter sale or spring sale, that's when you'll see 50% off from a lot of DLCs. Maybe not all of them, but quite a few of them. So I was looking at another DLC, an older one, that looked kind of curious, but in the end I didn't get it, so. Alright, we're going to put it up to 25% throttle here. Let's get a quick little screenshot while we're waiting. So, 23 miles an hour, slowly increasing our speed up to 30. We need to make our next destination in... at 1521, sorry. So we need to make our next I don't know, waypoint, I guess is what I want to call it. So we'll see how this goes real quick. I'm curious about how this is going to turn out, actually. So you can see what our estimated time is here versus how far we have to go to the next point. So one thing we need to be careful of, as always, is maintaining our speed. And I don't think we have any stops. Where are we here? Setting on the player. We're coming down this way, and I don't think there's any stops, any places where we need to get past. Not for a while, looks like. Nope, coming up to our speed here, gotta be careful. Looks like we're going downhill, so let me just ease out on the throttle here a little bit. Yep, because we're going, it looks like we have a slight decline. Just a slight decline. Just enough for us to be worried, because this is how you speed up real quick. Alright, putting the brakes on just a smidgen. Alright, 6%, good. So we're maintaining 30.5, that would be ideal if we could maintain that the whole time. Honestly. If we could maintain that, got a green light, this is good. If we could maintain that the whole time, that'd be fantastic. Oh, we're going a little bit too fast now. We want to stay below 31, because you can go 30.9, but as soon as you go 31, boom, that's where you start losing points. So we may have to engage our dynamic brake soon. I'm just using the locomotive or the train brake right now. That seems to be maintaining our speed. We got no throttle right now, which is kind of bizarre when it is this case. But when you have, like, you know, however many tons of train behind you, you don't really need to have the throttle on at all, especially going downhill mid-train. Although it does make things slightly more interesting, of course. Alright, perfect. 30.2, we're slowing down a little bit more. Probably ease up on the brake a little bit. That's a little bit too much, apparently. It's funny. Well, we're still increasing our speed. 30.4, that's okay, we'll leave it at there. 30.5, if it starts increasing a bit more than that, we'll have to apply the brake just a wee bit more. I want to see the number go down, not up now. There we go. 30.7, 30.6. It's 15%. Go down, go down, go down. Ooh, it's close. It's so easy to speed in this game, especially going downhill with a train. You don't realize it, and you're just like, oh look, there's, you know 31. Especially if you're trying to get, especially if you're trying to like get a gold medal, for example. It does become really, really difficult sometimes because you want to try to maintain your speed, maintain your fast speed, but not too fast. So it's always a question of, you know, balancing it. Oh, that's increasing just a wee bit too fast. Let's see what 20% brake does. So what we can probably do here is put on our dynamic brake here in this context, because we're just having a constant downhill. Let's go ahead and turn that on. So we should see our speed start to slow down. That's a little bit more than I wanted to slow down. A little bit more, 20.5. That's a lot slower than I thought it was going to be, but because we're going at a constant downhill, it makes our lives a little bit easier. So we might be able to just hold off there a little bit then. We'll see. 20.5 is a little bit too much. Let's see if we can decrease our train brake a little bit. Nope. There we go. We're kind of increasing / decreasing a little bit. As you can see, 24, not doing too badly. Nice looking train. Okay, now we're slowing down too much. So if I go in here, you can actually see, if I put on our train, or take off our dynamic brake, you can see how the train kind of lunges forward. And that's from that dynamic brake there. Alright, taking that dynamic brake off. Looks like we're just going downhill. We're still on time, looks like, from what I can see. So engage the throttle a little bit here. We slowed ourselves down just a little bit too much. As you can see, I'm not an expert in this game, not by a long shot. I definitely have fun playing the game, but I'm definitely not an expert. 12% throttle seems to be the ticket right now. We're still going downhill though, so I'm surprised we slowed down that much, honestly. Usually when you're going downhill, you can... I would putting you in the sighting order trail for a meet with eastbound train. Be prepared to stop at the west end of Otter Trail siding. And be governed by signal clearance. Proceed after train. Okay, so we need to come up here. Looks like we are going to have to slow down. So let's take our throttle off. Put our brake on here a little bit. These things, I don't know why they don't fix this, but this DLC's been out for a while and you have like floating track. I'm disappointed in that. There's a few sections of the track that are like that and I have no idea why. You would have thought they would fix that by now, but apparently not. Alright, maintain 28.2 miles an hour. Excellent. Somebody mentioned about the fact that I saw a deer or a bear in the last scenario. And someone mentioned the fact that sometimes deer do get in front of the tracks, and it definitely happens. Someone linked a video for me to check out where you could see the scenario unfolding where, you know, an animal accidentally gets in front of the train. It happens, just like a car, basically. The only problem is the car takes a lot of damage, where in this case the train takes no damage, and the thing it hits, whatever it happens to be, takes a lot of damage, that is. Alright. Those aren't our lights, okay. But we're coming up to 25-mile-an-hour zone up here. So let's go ahead and apply a bit more brake. So we slow down ever so slightly. The hard part in this game is trying to... Oh, we'd have a train in the back too, nice. Or a loco. The hard part in this game is to try and maintain slow increases in speed and slow decreases in speed. That is the challenge. Nope, that's a little bit too quick. 9%, that's still too quick. Nope, I want it to go down, not up. There we go. 20% brake seems to be the ticket. Because that right there is our 25-mile-an-hour mark. There's the little bridge here, which we've passed a couple times now in doing these scenarios. Alright, 23, it's a little bit too slow now. It doesn't take much though. I just took the brake off a few percentages, and now it wants to speed up like there's no tomorrow. Alright, got a yellow light, means the next section we're going to have to slow down. So that means they're going to slow down a little bit more here. The brake on about 23%. And that allows us to slow down, because in the next section, due to the yellow light, we are going to have to... That means, basically what that means is... I'll demonstrate this. There should be a train in the next section somewhere. So he wants us to stop like right here, basically. Oh, we're almost speeding again. Better be careful here. There we go. We're not quite in the 30-mile-an-hour mark area. One thing that's really bizarre about this game that I've discovered is that it often like has that stutters. And like I've seen people who have like way more powerful computers than mine, and the same thing happens in their game. It just must be something the way the game does certain things. It just tends to stutter for a lot of people, so. Alright, looks like we're okay there. Still heading downhill. Probably ease up in the brake a little bit here. Look at that. Nice. Let's zoom out again here. Alright, 24.1. Haven't passed the 30-mile-an-hour mark yet. But we are going to have to slow down. I don't know what this light's going to say up here. So I'm just going to apply a bit more brake, just in case. It may be yellow again, but we do have to just drop down to 20 anyways, because we're going into a siding. So that's, what does that light say up here? Can't see it yet. It's around the corner, but he did say at the stop, so I'm assuming it's going to be yellow or red. Where is it here? It's around the corner, which makes it a lot much more difficult. I'm assuming it's going to be yellow. Where is it? So we need to slow down a little bit more here. As we cross into this next section here. There we go. And auto trail siding east. So we got a yellow light there because we're going into the next little area. And then this is the siding that we have to slow down at. Let's take our throttle back to 50% here. Don't need to stop quite yet. Take it down to 20%. We're slowing down. we go. Take our dynamic brake off a little bit here as we coast in this little area. Looks like we're okay for the time being. Can ease up a bit more on the dynamic brake. I believe you can see the dynamic brake here. They actually have instructions here. Is it for the dynamic brake? So I don't know where our light is, but it's not up there. So I don't know what... So we're increasing speed just slightly. So I'm going to leave the dynamic brake set up. Okay, maybe I don't. Because if we do that, we're not going to go anywhere. Because I don't think our stop is for a while yet. Let's see here. Show task. So that's where we have to stop at. And we're up here, so we're close. But again, we don't want to... it's a delicate balance between speeding, not going fast enough. So our ETAs, we're still on time. Like I said, it's a delicate balance, because if you get too quick, if you go too quick, you're gonna run into trouble. If you go too slow, you're gonna run into a trouble. So that's the tail end of our train there. And now we're going a little bit too fast. Looks like, is that our stop up there? Not quite yet. It's coming. I'm just coasting in. I don't want to speed up too much here. Like I said, because you can you can lose a ton of points very quickly in this game. So we're at 394 right now in terms of points, which isn't too bad actually. Always liked it to be 400, but we lost those 6 points for speeding in this case. So we'll have to just deal with that basically. Alright. Where's our light? I don't see it up there yet. So again, we're just coasting right now. I don't have any brake on at all. And that's why we're slowly increasing speed right there, as you can see. Let's apply a little bit of the brake. We just want to coast in slowly, not quickly here. Well, we're still good for the time being. I do like this train. It's pretty cool. With the horn on, but we're not passing any trains, so it's not really necessary. 18.3, so we're going a little bit too quick. I wish we had binoculars in this game sometimes, just so you could see. Apparently what happens is, someone was saying in the comments, I think from the last episode, or last scenario, that often the conductor of the train, or the engineer, whatever you would call it, the driver essentially, they know the route very well, so they know where they're supposed to slow down. And obviously, in this context, we were talking to the dispatch, I guess, who might be the right word, or I'm not sure if that's the right word in this context, but whatever the person, whoever told us, RTC is what they called themselves, RTC out. So we know whether we need to slow down or stop or whatnot. Of course, I need to give you some advance notice because the train doesn't stop on a dime, right? So, all right. What do we got up here? I don't see the light yet. Okay. Take the brake off there. Once I see the light, then at that point we'll probably get ready to stop. But right now we're just kind of coasting in slowly, ever so slowly. There's the light. We're close. Should be around the corner here. Yeah, there it is, it's red. Okay, so let's apply the brake a little bit here. Because we're going to need to wait here for the time being. Apply a little bit more brake here. Because essentially we need to stop the train right in that little X section right there. And the funny thing is, if you don't stop in that little section right there, they're like, oh, well, you didn't do what you were supposed to do, basically. Maybe we want to slow down, not speed up. But the funny thing is, like I said before, you just gotta be, it's very, like, finicky, I found. Because you can't speed up too much, you can't slow down too much. You It's slowing down and stopping precisely where you mean. Is what needs to happen, basically. 13.5, there we go. We're slowing down ever so slightly. That's what I want to see. Because we're not quite... As you can see, we got red lights here. So we're just waiting for that train right there. You can see it. He's actually already heading in here. So we just need to slow down a little bit more. We want to stop right up here. So let's apply a bit more brake, 25%. You don't want to get too close to the light. Obviously, if you get too close to the light, you start losing points. Alright, as you can see, we're stopping right in that little section right there. Apply a bit more brake. Alright. Coming to a stop, or to a halt. Excellent. 1 point. That was a good little stop there. We arrived precisely on time, it looks like, even early. From the looks of it, actually. Let's see if we got a timeliness bonus for that. So we're waiting for this train to go by here. As you can see, this is how long the train is. And we can take higher low timeliness bonus. Excellent. So we're just going to hold here for a bit. Alright, looks like the last little bit of the train's going by there. Getting ready to go forward. We're going to wait for our light to change here. And there we have it. Let's put it in gear, take the brake off, put our engine on here a little bit as we start to ramp up. There we go. Slowly moving forward here. Don't accelerate too quickly, because then you'll lose points for accelerating too quickly. There we go. Let's put up to 25%. As we move past this mark right here, if I can show it to you guys. Is it going to show me the little sign? Oh, it's a little bit further up, I guess, then. There is a sign up here that says 30 miles an hour somewhere. Wherever that is, I don't know. But there should be a little sign here. Somewhere around here. I don't see it yet. Maybe that's not it. Usually it's on the right hand side, so. Alright. Well, we're passing the sign wherever it is. Must be that. No, it's definitely not that. Alright, throttle up. Putting up 25% throttle. Slowly increasing our speed here. That's funny, the game, when you have it set up with a snow scenario like this, the game looks good, but not as good as it does in some other games with snow. So waiting for the tail end to go past that 30 mile an hour mark, and then we can increase our speed to 30 miles an hour. And are we on time? Looks like we are so far still. This is excellent. So let's go ahead and not accelerate too quickly, which it looks like we are. Let's throttle back a little bit here. Because we're in 20 miles an hour still until the tail end of that train passes that 30 mile an hour mark, so. Very cool. I wonder what that does. Oh, looks like it's just the radio. 18.7 miles an hour. We're halfway, the middle of the train's there. And we're still increasing speed slightly, which is not too bad. So we're at 19 miles an hour, and we might go up by just a wee bit, 19.1, that's okay. So that's an okay speed, or an okay acceleration in this context. I may have to throttle back here a little bit, just until the tail end gets past there, and then I'll leave it at, put it up to 25% throttle. Very cool. We're still increasing speed in any case, so we must be going down a hill. I have to be careful though, because if we get up to 20.9 and the tail end hasn't gone past, we'll lose points. Like I said, it's a constant battle between acceleration, brake, 20.9. Looks like 20. We'll be okay. Looks like 20.1, 20.2. Oh yeah, we should be okay. After the tail end passes, we put our throttle up to 12%, which should be good now. There we go, 30. That was pretty close actually. There you go, throttled up. Put it up to 25 here. And then, so there's that tail end that just passed there. It's funny when you switch between positions in this game, it causes so much FPS drop. It's crazy. Maybe that's why people don't do that very often. I just like doing it, I guess. Why? I don't know. So our next stop's in 6.04 miles, heading off to the next siding, and then it looks like we stop in the siding west. Roger that. Alright. So we're slowly increasing our speed, which is good. We want to try and be a bit early, not a bit late. So I can probably increase our throttle up to 50% here. And bring our speed up to 30. As far as I understand, usually it's hard to accelerate, hard to brake. It's kind of the rule of thumb, it seems like. Because you want to get up to speed and then just stay at that speed, but not go over the speed either. Which is the bizarre thing in my opinion, but that's the way it works sometimes, you know. So that's when you're in a subway, for example, they speed up to their maximum speed really quickly and slow down really quickly usually too. Alright, coming up to our 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. Gonna have to drop it back on the throttle here, put it to 30% or 25%. And that should allow us to maintain a decent speed, but not speed. Oh, we're still increasing in speed, just slightly. Let's take the throttle back to 12% here. We have to start applying the brake. Oh no, that seems to be okay. I can take 29.8. 29.9. Yep, just a little bit too much. Because with the throttle at 12% right now, it's just going a little bit faster than I want to. Now, I don't know if it's normal or not to drive, like have the accelerator and the brake on at the same time in this game. I don't know if that's a normal thing. I know for steam trains it is, but I'm not sure about other styles of trains. So I'm not sure if like this diesel electric has that, if that's a thing. So. Alright, 30 miles an hour, coming up to our next lights in 0.3. Looks like we got a green light up there, which is good. Going downhill ever so slightly, 0.6% grade. Not too bad, actually. And we're slowing down just a little bit, which is okay by me. I have no acceleration on, or no throttle, no brake, and we're slowing down just a smidgen. So it may actually be a 0.6 incline, but we're not slowing down at a breakneck speed yet, so got a green light. This is good for us. Usually if that light would only change in that scenario if there's something wrong, I believe, up ahead. And I say that because it's only a single track. And there's no like siding or anything, any siding in that particular location there. Alright. We're slowing down a little bit, so maybe I need to throttle up here again in a second. Oh, we're okay. Back up to 29. 29.1, yeah. We'll just continue coasting for the time being. And we're going to be on time, it looks like. Still. Which is good for us. Excellent. And like I said, it's all about maintaining speed. Now we're up to 29.9. 30, so I may have to apply a little bit of a brake here. So I'm going to put 5% brake on, just so we don't get out of hand. Just a little bit of brake. Just enough. I don't know if So that's the release, and that's full. So I have it on 1%, which I don't know what. Oh, looking at the wrong one. Up here. So minimum, full stop, emergency. So I don't know. I don't know if you can say. It doesn't actually say. It's not easy to determine what is minimum. I guess where we have it right now is minimum. 7%, I guess. And you can adjust the speed. You can do it manually like that, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem very. I don't know. You can do the same thing with all the different things, but I find it a bit finicky sometimes, so I don't do it. It's definitely possible, though. I'm going to have to put you in the hole again at leach oil siding. Pull your train to the west end of the siding and stop at leach oil siding or west RTC out. Roger that. Alright. Apparently I've been playing too much multiplayer. I keep saying Roger. Or Roger that. The other thing we end up saying a lot in multiplayer and farm sim is 10-4. Alright, gonna apply a bit more brake here. Doing 30.5 and we're slowly increasing our speed, which is not good. There we go. Slowly decreasing. Take the brake off just a little bit. 30.3. That seems to be okay. So our next task is right there. And we are just up here. So we're coming up to it. Nothing too crazy yet. Don't have any points coming up in the near future, so we're okay. We can just sit and enjoy the scenery. It's kind of a neat little shot right there. Put a little bit more brake on, 9%. I want to see 30.5 in a second here. If not, I'll have to apply a bit more brake. There we go. The funny thing is I don't have any throttle on at all. None whatsoever, which is the bizarre part here. Looks like we're going to arrive early, slightly early. Because if we look, we're supposed to be there at, oh no, maybe we'll be just on time. Just on time, which is good for us. Being on time is good. Being late is bad. Being early is good as well. But if you're early, often you have to wait. Alright, 28.3. Looks like we're slowing down a little bit. There's 28.4, that's okay. We can maintain that speed fairly easily. 20.5, I'm okay with increasing speed slightly here. Because in this case, if we want to set up the dynamic braking, you can put it up to setup, like right here. And then it kind of starts detecting that you want to do it, and then you can go from there, but in this case I don't want to do that, so you can hear it winding up in the back there. In this case, it's not a steep decline, so I'm okay with doing what I'm doing right now. We can actually take the brake off altogether, it looks like. Because we'll slowly increase speed, but not by too much, because the decline is very small. Alright, that light's coming up here. Probably got a yellow light up here, I imagine. Let's see. We have a yellow light. What's the word up here? Yep, got a yellow light. Wants us to go off into the siding like the RTC guy said. Or girl, could be, I suppose. So our next section of track up here, so we're coming up to the next section. And then we have to be careful because it's yellow, meaning there's usually yellow indicates that there's a train in the next section of track. So we can just proceed with caution, essentially. There we go. Didn't lose any points there, which is good. I always tense up a little bit when I pass the yellow lights. I'm like, ooh, did I make a mistake? 26.5, 26.6. This is good. We're slowly increasing in speed. We're still going to be on time. We could probably increase our speed by a little bit here. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have to be slowing down soon. Just not sure where yet. 1.63 miles. Where our next travel destination is, and then from there we'll be going off the intersection here. Alright. Nice. Look how big that train is, jeez. You don't realize how big they are until you get stopped by on the highway, actually. That's usually where you find out. You realize how long trains actually are sometimes. You're on the highway, train goes by, you're just like, well, turn the engine off, wait for 20 minutes, and then continue on your way, basically. Alright, we're still going to be on time, yes, looks like we're good. 1.27 miles. We're going to need to slow down to 20 kilometers or 20 miles an hour soon, I'm sure. So I'm okay with slowly decreasing the speed here. As soon as I see the little indicator saying it's slow down, then I'll definitely hit the brakes slightly. Because when you go into a siding, it's about 20 miles an hour, and then from there you usually got to slow down if you're going into a siding. Because another train needs to go by. It's funny, we have no incline, no decline. We're just coasting, and we're slowing down just because the weight of the train in this context. What does that say? 15. And there's our lean choil. Not sure how to pronounce that properly. Lean choil, maybe? Lean choil? Or lin choil? I don't know. Alright, where is that destination? It's coming up here. Around the bend here, looks like. It's kind of cool. I mean, you need to see this like in a passenger train going through rocks like this. There was a place in British Columbia that we went to I guess it was last year now, technically, where you went between like two huge rocks, Radium Hot Springs. It was really, it's like entering into that particular town was very cool because you basically like, it looked like you were passing through this huge, like, you know, almost looked like a tunnel, but it was just the rocks had been blown up, I guess, and made a passageway through them. I can't see that light up there. Not yet. I'm assuming it's yellow. Yeah, it looks like it's yellow. Let's go ahead and save real quick, just to be on the safe side. You never know. And there's 20 kilometers an hour, or miles an hour, like I was saying. So let's apply a little bit of brake here. Bring our speed down to 20 miles an hour. 5% should be enough to bring it down to 20. And then after that, we'll be able to stop. So we're basically going to go into the siding. And then after a few minutes, we're just going to stop in that siding as we wait for our freight train to go by. 22, 21, slowing down just at the right pace. If we need to slow down just a little bit more, we can always apply a bit more pressure on the brakes, but we only have 5% right now, so. And we're going to drop below 21 right now, so we're basically fine at this point. Nope, definitely need that 5% just to keep us there. So we're going to go off the left here. So red light to go straight, yellow light to go there, caution. So we're going to see our train do this. There we go. 19.9 miles an hour. Excellent. Timeliness bonus once again. This is good. And then we're going to coast to the end here. So 1.73 miles is where we stop. And that's basically our destination. And that'll be the end of the scenario. In that case, we're doing the Potash Westbound. Train 671. Oh, there's another bear. Hey, bear. Stay there, bear. Might be Yogi the bear. Luckily it's not, that was a bad picture of the bear. speed is slowing down ever so slightly. Our stop isn't for another mile or so. So I'm not getting too crazy on the brakes or anything yet. So we actually need to be there at 15:53, so we can actually probably... No, we'll still be good for the time being. Like I said, I don't want to speed up because I'm in the siding right now, and I'm gonna have to stop soon. But I don't want to slow down too much either until I get to the kind of the end of the siding. So we need to arrive there by 15:53. So it looks like we're going to be on time. Early even. Let's see what happens here. So if we look carefully on here, we need to stop right here. Of course, we are right here. Coming up to this little area. Reaching siding 2. That's the siding west up there. Slowly just coasting in. So you can see our destination's over there somewhere. Somewhere over there. Not sure where, just somewhere. Alright. 18.4, not too bad. Don't want to get too crazy on that. Don't see any other trains coming. I think the lights look cool in this game too. In Train Sim World, actually, there's nothing, no, or CSX Heavy Haul, there's none of this right here. You don't have that little information panel. Apparently, either you guess you need to know the actual route itself, or that's in the works perhaps in the future, who knows. So we can actually probably take off our, take it out of gear and just put it in neutral. Let our engine just idle, I guess, in this context. Apparently that saves fuel too when you take it out of gear. Got the light up there? Not quite yet. I don't think we're going to that siding, are we? No, that's too short for this train. Way, way too short. It's like a little place to put an engine, that's it basically. Nice. 17. I'm not sure if that means section 17 on the track, or it's like 17 miles or something, but I don't know. I'm assuming it's like an indication of some sort for like maintenance crews, so they know like which section of track needs to be fixed or changed or something, so that's my guess at least. There's our red light up there. Way, way up there. This hasn't shown up on our little map display down here yet. So that's where we need to stop. And I'm not sure, I don't know, like every train's a little bit different, but 0.5 miles. Probably start applying some brake, just to be on the safe side. It's better to apply it a little bit early than go past the light, that's for sure. Because once you start applying the brake there a little bit, at least you know you're on the slowing path, I guess, so to speak. 0.3. A bit more brake here. 10%, 11%. Just coast into the destination here. Slowing down at a nice rate. Usually once you get around like, 12 miles an hour, that's when it's really easy to slow down. So, okay, there's our stop. We're at 13, 12. I'll grab a quick sip of tea here. Okay. So we're probably going to be... It's going to leave it at 11% for the time being. About 0.15. We can probably ease off the brake actually a little bit even. We still want to slow down, just a little bit slower. Nope, that's speeding up. We don't want to speed up. And apparently we're on a downgrade now. And now we're speeding up. Making it slightly more difficult to maintain that nice slow decrease in speed. That's a sneaky place to put that stop. It's like, okay, you're going downhill, so now we're speeding up again. Apply a bit more brake here. Whoa, slow down there. Stop. Oh my goodness. Are we gonna do it? Ooh, it's so close. That is so close. That, I don't know what happened at the end there, but like we started sliding, I guess, is what happened because we're on snow, right? I think we're okay still, but not the best place to stop, that's for sure. We're just gonna stop there. We're still out of the track technically, but I believe you're supposed to stop back there. Still got the bonus. Hey, that's good. We're a braking expert now, apparently, according to what Steam is telling me. Well done. Considering the heavy terrain and challenging weather conditions, that was a good run. We'll be holding here for a time, so take a deserved break. Scenario complete. Alright, let's see how we did in that one. Yes! We got a gold on that one, too. Sweet. And I don't know. Guess we lost those 6 points for speeding, but other than that, we're on time all the time. Excellent. Alright folks, that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed that Potash Westbound scenario in the Canadian Pacific ES or E5? ES? I don't know. In the Canadian Mountain Passes. There we go. My name is Iain Robson once again. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Train Simulator. Got you guys later.